In 1991, Estonia regained its status as an independent country from the Soviet Union. Estonia had been under the Soviet regime since 1940, when the country was first invaded by the Red Army at the beginning of the Second World War. Through more than 50 years of occupation, Estonians faced a brutal regime filled with persecution, oppression, and mass deportations. The fight for independence in Estonia through the late 80s until 1991 was surprisingly peaceful, and one of the main means for the small country of Estonia to escape the rule of the Soviet superpower was by song. The singing revolution is a term coined by the artist Heinz Valk in 1988, and the events of the singing revolution took place between 1987 and 1991. During the singing revolution, Estonians sang several patriotic songs to show their discontent with the USSR. The singing revolution truly took off during a music festival in 1988 in the city of Tartu, the second largest city of Estonia. Not long after, a major festival was held in Tallinn, the capital of Estonia. Once the official festival was over, participants kept singing patriotic Estonian songs far into the night. And for each following year, until independence was restored, thousands upon thousands of Estonians joined in to sing for their independence. The singing spirit of Estonians inspired people in the two other Baltic countries, Latvia and Lithuania, that also was under Soviet occupation. And on the 23rd of August in 1989, regular people from all three of the Baltic countries made what is known as the Baltic Way. Here, about 2 million people joined hands to form a human chain, going from the Estonian capital of Tallinn through the Latvian capital Riga and ending in the Lithuanian capital of Vilnius. This human chain spanned a distance of 690 kilometers, and every fourth person of the Baltic states participated to support the fight for independence. So why did the singing revolution come about in the late 80s? The last leader of the USSR, Mikhail Gorbachev, had introduced two novelty ideas to the Union in 1985. These were known as glasnost and perestroika, meaning openness and restructuring. In essence, this meant enhanced freedom of speech and freedom of press. This in a country which had been extremely strict and censored. Now people had a greater chance to be openly critical to the regime. Also, the increased freedom of press meant that the people of the USSR were broadcasted the failure of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, as well as the horrific nuclear accident in Chernobyl. These two events triggered massive criticism towards the totalitarian system. Glasnost and perestroika also resulted in the public reveal of plans to excavate phosphorite in Estonia. Estonians were not pleased by this plan, as the environmental impact was highly damaging. On top of that, it would likely bring in a lot of Russian workers. This was seen as an enormous issue, since Estonia had a worrying demographic development, potentially becoming a minority in their own country. On the 20th of August 1991, Estonia declared regained independence. The following morning, Soviet troops attempted to storm the Tallinn TV tower to seize control over the situation, but they were unsuccessful, as unarmed Estonians formed a human shield wall to protect the TV tower. The Soviet troops left without spilling blood. The rising conflict didn't escalate further, likely to the fact that the USSR was already struggling with pro-democratic movements in Moscow. Because of this, Estonia was successful in regaining independence by means of bloodless resistance through song, and little to no armed conflict. On the 22nd of August, Iceland became the first country to recognise Estonian independence.